Hello, hello, this is Simone. I am a guest designer for the Scrap Room and their Shots of Life kits in the month of March and April of 2019. When you purchase a Shots of Life kit, it is a bi-monthly kit, so every other month you receive a shipment and you receive 8, or at least that's what was in the March and April kit. I cannot speak for the whole kits, but for that March and April kit, it was that there were 8 different cut-apart sheets or pocket cards included, plus coordinating embellishments for each of those 8 pieces. You get partial embellishments, so you do not get a full pack, but each of these 8 embellishments coordinate with one cut-apart sheet. So for the March shipment, as a designer, you receive 2 shipments. As a subscriber, you receive 1. And for my March shipment, I received We Are Memory Keepers pocket cards, plus this sticker sheet, and there is still some pocket cards left here. And that was a really very fun collection. I was very much drawn to the lemony, greenish yellow and this teal here as well. I also received the Heidi Swapp, is it Color Shine, a cut-apart sheet from that collection, and I really love that collection. So those plus these stickers. And then I received 2 cut-apart sheets from Echo Park. One that was called, I think, Hoppy Easter maybe? And then another one that was more spring themed. The Easter one was a cut-apart sheet that only had 4x6 cards, and the spring related one was 4x4 cards. As you can see, 4x4 and 4x6 doesn't really work with my spreads. I usually create them to have, this is a Design A page protector from Becky Higgins. It has 4 4x6 slots in the top and bottom and 4 3x4 slots in the middle. I create my spreads to look like a 4x6 card in the top left corner and then 3x4 cards, and I just glue or tape these cards together like so to fit into this 4x6 slot. I am trying this new format of video for my Project Life videos because I really don't have the time to film and edit and voiceover. I work in the mornings usually, and that is when I usually filmed my processes. Now I create at night or on the weekends with my family around, and it's just not really working. So I hope you still like watching this and let me inspire you. Please leave a comment below what you would like me to talk about in these kinds of videos. I would love to share at least 1 video a month with 2 Project Life spreads. If you have been following me for a while and you know my style, you know that it is very important for me that a spread looks cohesive and connected. I achieve this through various different things. I like using color repetitively, the same color scheme. Here you would probably say it's this dark teal, light teal, and then these pops of yellow. And I mixed in this green because I unfortunately didn't have a yellow stamp that was close to this color. So then I also like to distribute embellishments in a triangular style. This helps guide your eye through the page. Same with the stamps here, color in a triangle. Here these colors are in a triangle. The enamel dots are in a triangle. The, what was it? The yellow is in a triangle. So I have these various different triangles that I feel tie the spreads together. Another thing that I like or started doing and really loving right now is cutting down my 3x4 photos and backing them with white cardstock. This gives these dark, everyday photos that are not photographic masterpieces some kind of connectivity, and I feel it even makes the spread look more cohesive. Now, since you or I get, and you, if you are a subscriber of the Shots of Life kits from the Scrap Room 2, only limited amount of embellishments. This could be a downside for you or for me. What I found was that I was very, very inspired to create additional embellishments that worked in the same way. So I only had this sheet of numbers plus these letter stickers, and there's not very many included in here. So I had to be creative with titles, and I didn't have any alpha stickers, so I decided to use stamps. I recreated, this I could say was the starting point of this spread, and the rest came with the whole looking through the colors, looking through the papers. So I went into my stash, picked a stamp set. I have the inner part of this stamp set, but this is super easy to recreate with the least amount of supplies if you have an outline stamp set. What I did, I used washi tape to mask off the part that I didn't want to stamp on. So I stamped with a darker color on the bottom and a lighter color on the top. I would have loved to have this stamp ink for stamping, but I unfortunately didn't. So I used a very light green, which is also included in this color scheme, so it went really well. What you could do is you could just use colored pencils and do the same. If you do not have stamps, print an outline font that you can find on your computer. If you have a word processing app or program on your computer, you can definitely find fonts that work the same way. Print it out and cut it out, and then color it with colored pencil. I used a date stamp for the week, for the dates. And then what I also did to create a cohesive look was I used the same stamp set on each of those cards. This is the Stanley outline stamp set from LE Studio. They have it in a larger and a smaller font, and I really invested in this stamp set. I wanted to have cohesive stamps that went well together, so I invested in this. You do not have to have the same stamp sets. You could have a smaller one or use this one here. That's totally fine. What else? I picked these cards, and then there weren't really very many. This one was very dark. I wanted another light card here because I had so many dark photos. So I just took a strip of pattern paper and created my own. And then I used these stickers from the We Are Memory Keepers sticker sheet and created my own embellishments. And that's the whole spread. Not a lot. I was really fast creating this. This was probably the thing that took the most, but I think for me this is exactly what I want in my Project Life spread. So win-win situation. The next one, I think I was inspired by this speech bubble. This is part of this card, and unfortunately it was a horizontal card. As you can see, I don't have space for horizontal 3x4 cards in my spreads, but I made it work anyway. I cut off this cute rooster and created my own journaling card using, again, this Echo Park paper, the back side of this. Again, I cut down my photos, so I had a white border around it, especially since this card was so green. What I did to counter that really green card was to create a title card with, ta-da-da, I had these green alpha stickers. So I created my title card based on, as a counter, title card or card that would balance this green. I don't know if it has the same amount of green. It would need a lot more green to really balance it, but I think it works in my favor. Then since this card had rounded corners, I decided to bring those rounded corners on different places on my spread, so that this wasn't just because it was there because it was a card. It was there because I wanted it to be. I made this look intentional instead of a happy accident. This is from the Easter cut apart sheet from Echo Park, and I had a really hard time using that paper specifically because it was so Easter themed. And as you can see, I am still catching up in Project Life 2018, working on week 39, which was in September. Easter is not near. But I really loved this pattern, and I also received the washi tape from that collection, so I was able to repeat the same pattern, one in paper, one in washi tape. So that worked out in my favor. And then I just cut one of those journaling cards down to create another journaling card. I actually created 4 journaling cards in here using the papers and embellishments that were provided from the scrap room. This one, I cut down another journaling card from the We Are Memory Keepers, and I also used this gold sticker here. And then I really liked those tiny stickers. I added them to most of the journaling cards on this spread. I have one here, I have one here, I have one here, I have one here, and I have one here vertically. Then I used this is from the Heidi Swapp cut apart sheet. I just used white cardstock and also rounded the corners to have this theme going on. Then I used this is also from Heidi Swapp, and this is from Heidi Swapp. Many of those cards were 4x4 cards, like this one. This one was a top 5 4x4 cards. It was numbered on the left-hand side. But if I wanted the top 5 to be centered, I would have to cut away parts, the numbers. So I just went and got those number stickers and numbered it again. So I was able to use it as a 3x4 card. Okay, so I think I mentioned all the things that I wanted you to know about these spreads. What I tried to create here is repeat the different colors. So you see the green is included in the spread, the pinks, the yellow. It was harder to get this triangular theme going. I think it still looks cohesive because all the colors that you have in the title card are represented in the spread. It also helps that you have these stickers that are the same size, different colors repeatedly on all of those cards. Oh my my goodness, I completely forgot what I wanted to say about those things that are left over. What I decided to do in the beginning of the year is be very, very mindful of what stays in my house and what I'm using. So I cut apart all of those sheets, and then I went through them and looked at what is here, what I still have, and what I really liked and would probably be able to use. I will keep those in my stash a little while longer, and I'm trying to use them in my journaling. So once I'm done with my Project Life spreads, I will just use these things for whatever I want. And what happened was that one of those cut apart sheets from here had the most beautiful flowers right next to each other on a journaling card. There was a sentiment that didn't appeal to me, so I decided to just cut those apart and use them in my logbook. This is what I call it. It looks like a planner. It is not. It is. That's why I say it's a logbook. I go back in at the end of the day, every other day, and use planner stickers and embellishments to create a spread that looks like this. I used this Echo Park paper right here. I used those flowers that I cut right here, and then I used the numbers from the sticker sheet to create my weekly title. This is week number 10. I have those elements that were left over, and I was able to create a really nice base for this whole spread. So I guess that's all I have to say. I will be back with my April layout share in April. I don't really know the date. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them in below. I will happily answer them, and I will see you next time. Until then, bye.